I am Omooba James Oyebanji. Well, it started way back in the mid-90s, so to say, and I've sunk in about over 10 years in screen authoring, though some people call it filmmaking, but I'll call it screen authoring, because a director is a screen author. He uses the camera for his visual idioms and vocabulary, as against the writer's literary idioms and vocabulary. For the first time, it was kind of tensing on my side, wanting to tell a story for the first time using the camera, and the whole chemistry of my body was like, oh, hope I'm going to get this right. But at the end of the day, you know, the first is always the first, and once you do it for the first time, bingo, you are there. My first movie was immediately after my training from the Film Institute, JAWS, and I was meticulous about getting something done. And eventually I did it, and after doing it, I went through the entire process to censors board and all those whatnots. Then thereafter, you know, the film got hooked up because it was a controversial story, and no one was ready to talk about it then, you know. So that was my first experience, really. I can recall vividly well. The first out of it all is Alarm in 2001. After that one, 2 years after that one, I did Till Judgment Day. After Till Judgment Day, I did The Land of Men. I handled The Land of Men in the capacity of an assistant director to late Sam Loco. Thereafter, several other ones, but the one I can recall vividly well, 2021, I did Gang of Looters. Then recently, Hidden Treasure, which is about to be released. My consideration for accepting a script is when the script is professionally written, putting into it all the nitty-gritty of the art of plotting a story. It is not everyone that knows how to write a story, though when it comes to the issue of plot, there are some plots that are so shallow, and it boils down on the director to now start reworking it again and again. So my consideration for for accepting a script are all the features of plot, you know, immersed into it. That's my consideration. And it must be a good story. It must be something that, you know, will make the general public, you know, learn from it. Because when you call yourself a director, you must be willing and be ready to reform the society and not to deform it. There are a lot of projects. The one I'm looking at, we intend to always inform the society. That is what, you know, this trade is all about. There are things the society doesn't know that really want to call the attention of our society to it, you know, especially in our homes. When you look at what is happening currently in Nigeria today, when you look at the youth, when you look at their lives, who cares? Another question is this: do we really have movies for our Nigerian children? In fact, bulk of the films we've been making are majorly for adults, and that's why we are leaving the children out of it, and we are looking at that area, the Nigerian child. Everybody thinks directing is so easy, but there's a whole lot in directing. You need to really understand what directing entails before you veer into it. Because if you don't have the third eye and understand the metaphysics of directing, you can't come into it. It is not something that somebody just feels that, oh, someone is sitting behind the camera and shouting, cut, action, cut, action. No, it is beyond that. A director must have the eyes to see beneath the dialogue. So if you don't have that eye to see beneath the dialogue, sorry, you have no business. Then again, you must understand the nitty-gritty of drama. Because when you say film, many people don't really understand that word film. Film is just the material. Drama is the intent. So you must understand the elements of drama, you must understand the plot and what each of these elements stands for. If you don't have knowledge in any of this, then you have no business with directing. Like in the music industry, if you ask a musician, what are you looking out for? Your expectation, kind of. They tell you they want to win the Grammy. Well, let me say, one day it will happen that Oscars will be brought down to Nigeria, maybe by me or maybe by someone I trained. I just don't have many more things to say beyond that. But I will try my best to work towards Oscars one of these days. I am Omooba James. Keep it locked down with TrybeTV.